everyone, let's dive into what's happening around the NBA, especially with the Los Angeles Lakers and their approach to the Bradley Beal situation. Right now, the buzz is all about Beal possibly being bought out by the Phoenix Suns in the next couple of days. This has created a lot of speculation about where he might end up. There are several teams interested, but the top contenders seem to be the Clippers, the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Milwaukee Bucks. Honestly, if you ask me, Milwaukee and the Clippers are probably the best fits for Beal's style of play. Looking at Milwaukee, they've already made some big moves recently, swapping out Damian Lillard to bring in Miles Turner, which shifted their roster balance significantly. Now, imagine replacing Lillard with Bradley Beal at this point in his career. It's a pretty solid upgrade in certain ways because Beal offers scoring and shooting in a way that complements the Bucks core. The question, of course, is how Harden and Kawhi Leonard would fit alongside him, especially since Kawhi isn't exactly known for his passing. But Beal would slide into their rotation pretty seamlessly, filling a role that helps the Bucks maintain their offensive versatility. From the Lakers' perspective, it makes total sense that they're playing the waiting game right now. They want to see how the buyout plays out before making any moves, especially because landing a player like Beal could completely change their roster strategy. If they do get Beal, it might mean passing on guys like Anthony Melton or Malcolm Brogdon, and instead pushing harder for someone like Andrew Wiggins. The idea would be to assemble a lineup that includes LeBron James, Bradley Beal, and potentially Wiggins, trying to create a squad that can really compete at the highest level. I know waiting can be tough for the fan base, and I feel that frustration too. Watching other teams make moves while the Lakers hold back is not easy. But the reality is the Lakers have a lot of holes to fill and very limited assets to do so. Every day there are new names being thrown around in the buyout market, and that means there are plenty of opportunities if they stay patient. Recently, Nikola Vucevic's name has popped up as a possible buyout candidate if Chicago can't find a trade partner soon. If the Lakers could snag a player like Vucevic without giving up anything significant, it would free up their resources to target other needs. The Washington Wizards are also expected to be active in the buyout market, with Marcus Smart and Chris Middleton being the biggest names potentially available. If either or both get waived, it could shake up the market considerably. Getting Marcus Smart for free would be huge for the Lakers and might cause them to rethink chasing Melton or Brogdon. And if Chris Middleton becomes available, that opens even more doors. Middleton would add scoring and experience, and he could slot in well alongside Wiggins and LeBron. All of this points to the Lakers benefiting from a patient approach. We're still about 3 months away from training camp, and the market will continue to evolve. Players who seem expensive now might come down in price in a few weeks. We saw something similar happen last year with the Utah trade, which took months of negotiation before finally coming together. The front office stuck to its guns through all the back and forth, and eventually it worked out in their favor. One thing to keep in mind is the missed opportunity with Miles Turner. The Lakers had the chance to trade for him in a deal involving Buddy Hield, but the move was vetoed. If that had gone through, the Lakers would have been much better matched against Denver with Turner and Anthony Davis in the front court. It's one of those what-if moments that can really change the trajectory of a season. Looking at the current buyout candidates, players like Melton and Al Horford won't single-handedly win a championship, but they would make the Lakers better by improving the bench and overall depth. The key is whether the Lakers can land better players or wait for someone like Jrue Holiday, who might also become available if he pushes for a buyout after his recent trade situation got complicated. Holiday could be exactly the kind of leader and defensive presence the Lakers need to round out their rotation. The uncertainty of who will actually become available keeps things interesting. Even if Beal does get bought out, he's a player worth taking a risk on. If the Lakers manage to sign him, it would justify adjusting their entire roster and salary situation around that move. But if they miss out on someone like Melton, it doesn't mean the season is lost. There are always alternatives. Players like Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, or even Jrue Holiday could still come into the picture, and the Lakers have to stay flexible. Another point is that the Lakers will need to clear roster spots and salary cap space to sign big names like Beal. This likely means making trades or waiving players to open up room for the biannual exception. Ideally, the front office won't just clear space for the sake of it, but make moves that bring in value in return. For example, packaging players like Gabe Vincent and draft pick swaps could be part of a trade to shed salary and bring back someone like Andrew Wiggins, while also opening up spots for free agent signings. Envision a Lakers roster where Bradley, Beal, Nikola Vucevic, and Chris Middleton join LeBron James, Andrew Wiggins, and DeAndre Ayton. That would be a deep, talented squad with multiple players capable of starting and impacting the game at a high level. It's the kind of team that could realistically contend for an NBA championship. The past few months have shown that patience has paid off for the Lakers. Landing Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton has given them two cornerstone pieces to build around for the next several years. This is a strong foundation, especially as questions remain about the long-term roles of LeBron and Anthony Davis. With these young stars, the Lakers could be positioned to compete for years to come. The new collective bargaining agreement has also changed how teams approach the buyout market, making it a more regular and important part of roster building. It's no longer just free agency and trades. Buyouts are becoming a third wave of player movement that savvy teams can exploit. For the Lakers, embracing this market and being patient could be the difference between just making the playoffs and winning it all. So, what do you think? Will patience reward the Lakers in the end? Is Bradley Beal the missing piece that pushes them over the top? There's a lot to consider, and the next few weeks are going to be critical for shaping the team's future. The market is dynamic and unpredictable, and it's clear that the Lakers front office is weighing their options carefully. Continuing on this whole Lakers situation, it's really fascinating how the entire NBA landscape is evolving around these buyouts and mid-season moves. We're seeing a shift where teams are no longer just relying on traditional free agency or draft picks to improve their rosters. Instead, the buyout market has become a crucial chess piece for championship contenders. For the Lakers, this presents both an opportunity and a challenge. The opportunity is that if they stay patient and smart, they can scoop up high-level talent without giving up too much in return. The challenge is navigating the complicated roster, salary cap, and trade exceptions so that when that right player becomes available, the Lakers have the flexibility to sign them quickly. A lot of fans might wonder, why not just jump on a player like Anthony Melton or Malcolm Brogdon immediately? The truth is, while those guys would definitely help, the Lakers have to think bigger picture. Signing one of them right now could lock the team into a certain roster shape that prevents them from going after someone like Bradley Beal or Chris Middleton if those stars hit the market. The Lakers front office understands that making a move too early could limit their ability to pivot if a better opportunity presents itself. This kind of roster flexibility is key in today's NBA, especially with so many teams playing musical chairs with their lineups. Now, talking about the Clippers and the Bucks being ideal spots for Beal. It's interesting because those teams already have established stars and solid systems. Beal's skill set fits nicely alongside their rosters, especially as a secondary or tertiary scorer who can create his own shot and stretch defenses with his shooting. The Clippers have been searching for consistent perimeter scoring and a dependable secondary playmaker for years. Beal would solve a lot of those issues. Meanwhile, Milwaukee's core with Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday is strong, but Beal would add a new dynamic to their offense and spacing, potentially elevating them to a more dangerous level offensively. That said, the Lakers' core, LeBron, Ayton, and now Doncic, brings a unique challenge because each player demands the ball and needs space to operate effectively. Adding a high-usage scorer like Beal requires careful balancing of roles and touches. This is why patience matters so much. The Lakers have to figure out how to construct a roster that complements these stars instead of clashing with them. The chemistry on and off the court could make or break any new acquisition. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. In a stunning twist that has sent shockwaves through the NBA and Hollywood alike, rumors are swirling that the Los Angeles Lakers have pulled off a lightning-fast trade to acquire Trey Murphy III. The basketball world is abuzz with speculation about how this unexpected move could reshape the Lakers roster and their championship ambitions. Trey Murphy III, known for his sharpshooting and versatile wing play, has been making waves since entering the league. His ability to stretch the floor with deadly three-point shooting and contribute on both ends of the court makes him a coveted asset for any team aiming to bolster its perimeter scoring and defensive versatility. The Lakers, constantly on the hunt to assemble a winning mix around their star duo, seem to have made a bold and swift move to add this promising young talent. The trade, described by insiders as a lightning deal, appears to have caught many by surprise. Details remain scarce, but sources suggest that the Lakers acted quickly, seizing an opportunity that may not have been on the radar for long. This move could signal a shift in strategy, with Los Angeles aiming to enhance their depth on the wing and add a dynamic shooter who can open up the floor for LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Hollywood has always been a place for dramatic turns and last-minute surprises, and this potential acquisition fits right into that narrative. The Lakers, one of the most storied franchises in NBA history, have faced their share of challenges in recent seasons, and the addition of Trey Murphy III could represent a fresh spark and renewed hope for fans eager to see their team rise to the top once again. While the trade is still unofficial and negotiations might continue behind closed doors, the mere possibility has already ignited passionate discussions across sports media and fan communities. Analysts are debating how Murphy's skill set could integrate with the Lakers' existing style of play, especially given the team's need for consistent outside shooting and defensive flexibility. If the deal goes through, the Lakers will be sending a clear message. They are serious about contending in the highly competitive Western Conference. The addition of Murphy could also free up other players to focus on their strengths, creating a more balanced and dangerous lineup overall. Of course, chemistry and fit remain crucial, and it will be fascinating to watch how the Lakers manage this potential new piece moving forward. In Hollywood, where the spotlight never dims, the Lakers' possible acquisition of Trey Murphy III is shaping up to be one of the most talked about stories of the season. Whether this rumor evolves into a finalized trade or remains just a tantalizing possibility, one thing is clear: the Lakers are making moves, and the NBA world is watching closely. Stay tuned as this story develops, because if there's one thing basketball fans love, it's a good Hollywood plot twist. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.